Today we add in the water effects for our River Rapids ride. I'm Mostly Average Matt, and this is Planet Coaster, Hackberry Hills. Hello and happy Monday, everyone, and welcome back to Hackberry Hills. Today we tackled a thing that I had been putting off for an extended period of time. That is putting in all of our water effects for our River Rapids ride. So we do have the footage. It's not quite as fast as the normal time lapse that I do, and that is mainly because I twist the camera around a lot. I also want you guys to be able to see exactly what I'm doing in order to accomplish some of these effects. I also do a bunch of a couple triggered effects, so we will cover that. But that is pretty much all we work on. We don't do anything else in the video. So even though I know a few episodes I said we're getting very close to getting the River Rapids done, I'll say it again, we are actually getting close to having the River Rapids done. This episode was actually pretty nice and kind to me, if you will, because I have been a little bit swamped at work with a lot of stuff going on. So this episode, since the footage is slowed down a little bit, it didn't require as much time at the game. So I know it would have been nice to have a little bit more, and hopefully next week we will be able to finish it. I know I'd say that it was dare words. I've said them before, and we never seem to finish this thing. But I truly believe we may actually be within a realistic a time frame to where we might actually finish it. So anyway, to talk about the actual footage going on, so we use these waterfall effects to cover our openings from our cave. We don't actually take a look from the inside very much. We are going to have to do a little bit of moving stuff around inside because otherwise you would get soaked inside. But we did add the water spouts, which are a nice feature that you can hide in rocks, and it just kind of looks like the water is just cascading down the rock. So I originally actually clicked on the wrong thing and used the water splash, which I was like, oh, that's covering a lot more area, and then I realized that, no wait, something doesn't look right. There's a lot of blue in spots where I didn't put down the water spout. So we did go and change them back. We kind of move them around in a few different directions to kind of break it up. We try and go off of the angle of the rock, so we can say, all right, so if it's slanted this way, the water's going to hit and bounce this direction. So we do try and avoid most of the bushes that are around. In some areas we actually add more, but overall I think it turns out really nice, and I'm very happy with it. You certainly get soaked on this ride, and there's I don't even know what word I just tried to say there. There is an effect that we use near the end of the build where I think it's the waterfall splat, the huge waterfall splash, and I was using that to try and cover up, because obviously with rocks the way they are, the water wouldn't go over it. So trying to put these water spouts over top, it looks pretty unrealistic, and it's hard to believe. Like, why would the water just be shooting out over this area? So we use these splash effects to kind of hide that a little bit, and I think it works out really well, but it also makes sure that the boats get soaked as they go by. So we are working on the first cascade down from the topmost section into one of the middle sections, and this is actually, I think, one of the sections where we add some bushes just to kind of break up the rocks, and it turns out great. I think the whole area just really starts to come together, and it seems to be more of a river rapids ride than it looked in the past. And it still looked great before, but I think it takes it to the next level. But let me know what you guys think. I'm very happy with it, so I hope you guys are. And actually, I want to take this time because I had this idea, and I hope you guys are up for it. Obviously, I have three series going on the channel. We have this one, which is the custom scenario. We have a career mode, and then we have a challenge park. So, you know, I'm still very new to the YouTube world, and I know we're still getting a few subscribers, kind of strolling in, and I'm pretty happy with the growth that I've had going on. But I really want to try and entice people to become subscribers because I want to be, I want it to be a community. So one of the ways that I want to recognize anyone that's really watching, preferably subscribers. Please make sure to subscribe, of course. But if you would like, leave a comment with your name, and what I'll do is I'll put you as one of the staff members in the park. So we won't be doing it for career mode because the career mode just there's no point to that. Like I'm focused on getting the scenario done, and I'm not really caring too much about the staff other than what I need to. But the custom scenario that we have here, we can certainly do that. The challenge park is a great series for that. So if you guys are interested in that, leave me a comment saying, hey, I want to be in your park. Let me know what position you want to be. If you want to be a vendor, you want to be a king coaster, you want to be a captain lockjaw, something like that, let me know and I'll put you in there. And just because of the nature of the game, especially in the challenge park, I'll be mentioning your name all the time. So yeah, let me know. Put it in the comments, and we'll definitely get you into the park at the next episode. It'd be nice. It'd be preferred if you could comment in the series that you want to be a part of. If you want to be in the custom scenario, by all means. We don't have a lot of staff members. We aren't really talking about it, but we can certainly do it. If you want to do it in a career mode, sure, I guess I can do that. Why not? But I'd really go for the challenge part because that's the one where we're really looking at the staff every single episode. So, but yeah, going back in, we got off on a little bit of a tangent. So we did add in the bushes there. We added the lower section, all the water down here. And that was a little bit more tricky because we had to switch around, like we had to go around the different plants. We have the fallen tree there that's just kind of resting on the rocks that it goes through, but we're just trying to navigate that. And here we are working on those huge waterfall splashes. And like I said, this is just to cover the rock wall that holds everything up. So we do that everywhere. We do it at the top and we do it at the bottom. So I think that it's the rapid section, so you might as well do it at both. And again, you'll see, it just kind of makes everything look more like mysterious. There's a little bit more mist and stuff like that around, so and it looks really weird since I can see everything, but once everything goes away, it also made my computer try to kill itself. So I really like the way it turned out. There is certainly a lot of water in the area, but I think it's fine. The original idea was going to be, we were going to kind of watch the boats and see when they dip down in and put some of these splash effects in, so we can have it just randomly splashed down onto you, but that just never seemed to work out right. So we end up taking those away. And now we are actually, we're removing some terrain. I think we do some triggered effects here. Yeah, so we get our triggered effects. So the idea is, all right, when you come into the hydro dam here, you're going to see these little, excuse me, you're going to see the little pipes that are shooting out a little bit of water that really aren't going to affect you. And it's going to be like, all right, we turn these off, and everyone's going to be like, oh, we're not going to get soaked. It's going to be a little bit of a relief. Not seeing that the pipes that are hidden up on the wall are not turned on, but as soon as you get past the little ones, the big ones turn on and you get soaked from them. So that's the idea. So the ones turn off as you go by, the other ones turn on as you go by. Last section that we need to do is our spring geyser. Definitely geysers. But basically what we do is I've set up two of them, two of the water jets, and I rotate them around at the smallest degree. I think it's 15 degree. And we just sink them into the ground, so it just shoots up. We didn't want to shoot up super high. So they look really weird right now. But we alter their height. We set them up to be triggered effects. We add in some of our splashes. We add in some lava steam. We add in little bits of steam. So, and then all the different effects, we eventually will go in and set them up to make a little bit more sense. So, we only have the one area that actually has water at the bottom, and that is the area farthest into the turn, or closest to the shops that we built in the last episode. Here we are putting in some of the lava steam, as well as some of the splash effects. And this took me a little bit to get. Oh, we actually take a quick side trip. If you remember, we put up the little button areas where it'll put a little spray on the boat if you paid like a quarter or 50 cents or something like that. We're putting those in. The original idea was, all right, we're going to scatter these around rocks, and we're going to put the numbers on them and say, this is your number you're controlling. I couldn't visualize it. And if you guys think of a way to do that, let me know, because I was really struggling with it. At least in terms of making it look like a part of everything. Because it's supposed to be like a spring, there's rocks everywhere. You can't really just have a wooden structure just pop up out of nowhere. Kind of like the tower, we won't mention that. But yeah, so we also, I haven't seen anyone do this, so maybe I'm the first, maybe not, I don't really care. But all those triggered effects are actually controlled by sequencers. So if you are playing the scenario and you just want to do something a little different, you can go to any one of those and hit the play button, and it'll just squirt for 5 seconds or 3 seconds or something like that. So what we're doing now is it ended up that I put in 26. Each geyser was 26. 26 of the water jets. So trying to navigate through those was really annoying, but we were able to get it. We kind of set the times up so the splash effect only goes when the water starts to come back down. The steam randomly goes. Just why not? It might as well just go at different times. And we did all of them have a different trigger. So we have one right at the top of the left, or just as you get off. You have one at the rapids as you go around the bend, and you have one as you just exit the rapids on the opposite side from the lift. So They all trigger different things. Sometimes there will be two going, just because there's multiple boats and they all clear by the next time that they go around. But I was really messing around with the timing, and I eventually found something I liked. I got everything hidden, and I think it looks pretty decent. I think it'll look really good once we get the trees in on the other side. It'll kind of really just bring everything back together for this last corner. I'm also not necessarily excited, for whatever reason, to do the little bit of curbing that we have to do on that side. So that's something we'll have to tackle in the next episode, but we'll get there when we get there, and I can just keep putting it off until next week. So, yeah. And, yeah, I think we now figured out the exact times that we want everything. The second trigger, or I think it is trigger 5, for whatever reason, that geyser that sets off goes off twice, and I couldn't figure out why. So we just leave it go, and we just change some of the settings so there's more splashing and whatnot, and it's fine. It does the job. Last thing, what else are we doing here? I think we are just finishing up, getting the little steam pockets out here, and I think we have one little bit of water that we need to do near the exit. Yep, here we go. And this is just supposed to be like it's clearly not natural water. But we are quickly running out of time-lapse footage, so we are going to end it here. We do have a cinematic of the ride, and we will add a POV in the episode when we completely finish it. So it is coming, just not this episode. So if you liked it, please make sure you leave a like. If you saw something I could have done better, make sure you leave it in the comment section. And if you want to find some more awesome Planet Coaster content, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Mostly Average Matt. I got videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.